Mr. Glass, are you ready to begin?
I guess, bro.
Last session, you said you wanted help in dealing with conflict.
Yeah, for sure. But I don't have conflict. It's not my side.
Guilty! That nigga is guilty!
Mr. Glass, didn't you say you stopped talking to your friend because of a disagreement?
Exactly.
You know, there's only one way to put it to you, but that's conflict. That's
Put him up, put him up, put him up.
hell no. That's protecting my peace. He also said your favorite movie was overrated. That's toxic behavior. He said it was too long. I had to cut him the fuck off.
Who needs all that negativity?
You know, I've noticed something really weird recently. We have a lot of adults who can handle, like, you know, taxes, 9-to-5s, rent, responsibilities, you name it. But the second you say, I disagree with you, all of a sudden they turn into a 6-year-old in Target that got told no. Like I said, I found something that's quite interesting, but honestly weird at the same time, because for some reason, I don't know who lied to y'all, but hold my hand when I say this. When did all of y'all start thinking y'all were emotionally mature? Because I'm quite honestly confused. Stop holding my hand. I'm quite honestly confused, my brother, sister, you name it. And I'm gonna be honest, it's a little weird. It's weird because it's like we're entering some awkward era where everyone just believes automatically they're emotionally self-aware. But god damn it, can't nobody handle being challenged. I'm in a room full of hypocrites. Ain't nobody in the room but me. And you know I'm not the only one. Like, I've ran into situations where I'll be in like friend groups or I'll just be in conversations with people, and there'll always be that one person who believes they're emotionally self-aware, honestly. They believe their emotions are intact or however the case may be. But once something just conflicts with an ideal, whatever the case it may be, they shut down or they just exist. Like, it's like, bro, what happened? I disagreed, that's it. The world's not ending tomorrow. No. You need to be able to like manage your emotions, understand it, and like be able to respond in a good, controlled way, while also being able to understand someone else who's making actions and consciously think, okay, this is why they did this. This is probably why they did that. See, my whole issue with what's now damn near a buzzword, emotional maturity, is most people believe they already have it. But that is quite honestly just where the disconnect all starts. I'm not talking about genuine toxic situations. I'm not talking about abuse, manipulation. No, I'm talking about regular, everyday conflicts. That's it. You know, the type of conflict every adult is, supposed to encounter. Adult, like the regular stuff, like a friend disagrees with you, your coworker said you quite honestly just look ugly, your loved one said you fucking stink and don't wash your ass. Just the regular stuff. Not me though, y'all stay safe. I mean, hey. But let some random on the internet say your favorite movie's mid. I bet you we're no longer having a conversation now, are we? But then all of a sudden, we're protecting our peace. We're in our soft era. We're setting boundaries. We've invented so many buzzwords. You could practically commit tax evasion for the goddamn free ski. What are we doing? Why am I this close to the camera? Hey. I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes I don't think you're setting boundaries. I don't think you're protecting your peace like everyone likes to say. No, I think you're just avoiding conversation.
Please don't try to figure out who I am. I don't want you to do that. I just need to know that people like you exist. Like, if you...
To be honest, ghosting's probably one of the best examples of this. Because people rather just go disappear than go send that one text saying, hey, I don't think this is gonna work. That's insane. I want to let you know you're crazy in the head. Don't worry, bro. You're getting a free diagnosis from me. Like, genuinely, all jokes aside, think about how crazy this is. We have people who show their whole lives online. But send that one honest text message? Oh, hell no. That's where we draw the goddamn line. If I'm going to be honest, a big part of the problem is a lot of this behavior gets praised. There's no reason why people should act like avoidance is growth. It's not. Disappearing is not communication. And silence, goddamn, it's definitely not accountability. I'm sorry. But hey, someone gotta tell you, silence is silence. End of discussion.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but doing people wrong and then avoiding communication is not called protecting your peace. It's called avoiding accountability.
And then there's accountability, aka the most feared creature on planet Earth. Forget bears, forget sharks, hell, forget public speaking's even a thing. You have literal people who would rather wrestle a crocodile than sit there and say, yeah, that's my fault. Because somewhere along the way, admitting you were wrong became worse than actually being wrong. I'm sorry, G, but 9 plus 10 ain't 21, and if you is still on that, it's not 2016 anymore. Put him in a coffin.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Bro, and when I think on it, I really don't think people are just waking up and deciding to be emotionally immature. But I definitely do think we've made it so easy for when people feel uncomfortable, they always have a way out. Someone annoys you, block them. Someone criticizes you, mute them. Someone calls you out, hell, I'm going to unfollow. Like, there's always a way to get out of the situation. We've designed the perfect escape room for our emotions. The second you feel uncomfortable, there's always an exit. Never a time where you have to actually sit there and fight through it. And I'm gonna be real, at first it feels empowering. Why deal with difficult people when I could just get you up out of here? Here's the issue. You can get rid of difficult people, yes, but you can't get rid of difficult conversations. They're always going to continuously arise at some point, and you're going to have to deal with it at some point. You can't run from it just because you could run from it from social media. Eventually, it's in the workplace. Eventually, it's at home with your partner, your family. Eventually, the block button doesn't work in real life. Then what? It's wild because I feel like people think it's more than what it is. Yes, it's a difficult conversation. Nonetheless, it's a conversation you can survive. Don't get me wrong. Avoidance feels like peace. Yes. Until life says, hey, you can't avoid anymore. Then what do you do? And that's where I think emotional maturity gets misunderstood. The more I've studied emotional maturity, I've realized, and I think other people need to realize, it's more than just being calm. Anybody can stay calm when they're getting their way. Hell, I'm basically Buddha when my bills is paid and ain't nobody texting me something stupid. I mean, hey, yo, hold on. I can't crip walk. Let me stop. I think the real test begins once your ego gets involved. I think once somebody criticizes you or once somebody tells you, yeah, you're wrong, I think that's when the battle or the switch begins of, okay, can you handle this? Because honestly, I don't think emotional maturity is measured off how you react to compliments. No. But I do think it's measured off of how you react to correction. Once that criticism comes in, or somebody has a outlying thought, or they don't see it your way, the way you react to that, that's how I think that's measured. See, and then my thing is, the internet has turned everyone into part-time therapists. Everyone knows about all the attachment styles, boundaries, love languages, traumas. Hell, we're collecting these trigger words like they're Pokemon cards. If I'm not the next Pokemon trainer, who is? Oh my God, bro. Yo, I just caught a narcissist. Face ass. I'ma hold someone's hand when I say this. Just because you know the vocabulary, that isn't the same thing as emotional maturity. Just because you watch Gordon Ramsay, that does not make you a chef. Just because you watch NBA highlights and you have hoop dreams does not mean you finna get drafted. Just because you post quotes on your Instagram story does not mean you emotionally evolved. That means you're hurt and you're sad. Get off the phone. Put it down. Oh, someone needed to say it. Because emotional maturity isn't something you know. It's something you practice. And it's usually around the time you rather not practice. Maybe that's why emotional maturity feels so rare now. Not necessarily people are getting worse, but because avoiding discomfort has never been easier. And the problem is that growth has never worked that way. Nobody goes to the gym and just gets big off watching people. And the sad truth is, nobody's gonna become emotionally stronger by avoiding difficult conversations. Sooner or later, that block button's gonna get taken away. And when it does, there's nothing in between you and the problem. The only thing that's left after that is the person you've become. And just hear me out. Maybe emotional maturity isn't about finding that life that's free from conflict. Maybe it's about becoming that person who can deal with the conflict and still not lose yourself. Because it's like, yeah, everyone wants peace, but is everyone willing to build the emotional strength that peace requires?